Hello and welcome to Daily Prayer with For and From St Catherine's. The sun is shining today, the snow has stopped and it's flipping freezing in our house because the boiler's not working. Never mind, it's going to be mended tomorrow, we're hoping. But I'm wrapped up warm in my hoodie. If it gets really cold, I'll put the hood up. We're looking at things that Jesus did this week, and today we come to party time. Jesus did eating and drinking. He did quite a lot of eating and drinking. In fact, he even had a bit of a reputation for eating and drinking. There's a bit further on in the Gospels when he says, look, John the Baptist came not eating and not drinking, and you said he was mad, and I've come and I'm eating and drinking, and you say I'm a glutton. It can't please you people either way. It's a bit like how we treat our politicians, I think. Anyway, in the story today, Jesus does some eating and some drinking, and gets in trouble for it. That's our story. So maybe something to ponder as we embark on our opening prayer is, what is the most indulgent party you have ever attended? Well, maybe you've never, I'm not sure I have, but I'm going to think about it. Join me for our opening prayer. And on to today's reading. In the reading we had yesterday, Jesus returned from his first lot of travels around Galilee and went back to his home, whereupon some people arrived and dug a hole in the roof and dropped somebody through it. I'm guessing for the next day or two after that, he was mending his roof. After he'd mended his roof, I'm only guessing, then he clearly crossed his mind that it was time to expand. He had a number of disciples. He had a few: Peter, Andrew, James and John, Nathaniel, Philip. So he's got about 6 at this point, and clearly he's thinking, let's expand a little. Now, in the practice of the day, if you were a rabbi, you waited for people to come to you, a bit like how church works nowadays. People would go to the rabbi and say, Rabbi, will you teach me? And the rabbi would say, yes, or no. But Jesus didn't do that. He didn't wait for people to come to him. He went and picked the people who he wanted. This is one of the picks he made. It was an unusual one. Mark chapter 2. Jesus went out again beside the lake, and the whole crowd gathered around him, and he taught them. As he was walking along, he saw Levi, son of Alphaeus, sitting at the tax booth, and he said to him, Follow me. And he got up and he followed him. As he sat at dinner in Levi's house, many tax collectors and sinners were also sitting with Jesus and his disciples, for there were many who followed him. And when the scribes of the Pharisees saw that he was eating with sinners and tax collectors, they said to his disciples, Why does he eat with tax collectors and sinners? When Jesus heard this, he said to them, Those who are well have no need of a physician, but those who are sick. I have come to call not the righteous, but sinners. There are certain jobs around the house which, when you are doing them, make you break out a pair of these. There's just some kinds of dirt that you really don't want to get your hands on. I'm not a great wearer of rubber gloves, but when it comes to cleaning drains, then I'm definitely going to put that. Oh God, it's falling apart. These gloves aren't going to be very good. When it comes to cleaning drains, I definitely put the rubber gloves on because, oh my goodness, look at that. Useless. Anyway, I've got one that works. There is a thing in human society that we want to protect ourselves from people who we feel to be people of bad character. That's the term here that's translated as sinners. As ever, the sort of religious word sinner gives us a bit of a spin, but it was a broad term for anybody who was considered to be of bad character. And Jesus turns up to this party. St. Luke in his gospel calls it a great banquet. It was a big party. It wasn't just a few people going around for a drink. It was a big get-together. The tax collectors were very wealthy people, and they're surrounded by all these people who the Jews see to be of bad character. And the Jews feel that this is a day for the rubber gloves. And I think the Pharisees pretty much clothed themselves from head to foot in the nominal version of a rubber glove, because their fear was that if they mixed with these people, two bad things would happen. Firstly, they might get infected themselves by the badness. And secondly, that they might be seen to be approving of or condoning of the badness. So the strategy of the Pharisees, the religious people of Jesus' day, the honest, hard-working religious people of Jesus' day, was to give anybody who was a sinner a wide berth. Don't touch them unless you've got your rubber gloves on. Jesus doesn't do that. Jesus takes completely the opposite approach. Jesus goes to the party. He invites Matthew, the tax collector, the wealthy oppressor of hardworking Jewish people working for the Roman Empire. He invites Matthew to be one of his disciples. And then he goes to Matthew's party, and Matthew invites all the reprobates of the town. And Jesus goes and sits with them. Now, we can only apply our imaginations to what kind of a party it was, but I suspect it was quite a party. It's probably the kind of party that none of us have been to, at least those of us on the text chat who were sharing our party stories, or rather our lack of them earlier on. Jesus goes right in amongst the thick of them. And he does that because he's not afraid of getting soiled. He's not afraid for himself. I think he has a confidence in himself. It's fine. I can mix with these people. I am not going to be affected by them. I can laugh with them. I can drink with them. I can relax with them. I don't need to be afraid of them. We don't need to be afraid of people who are not like us, of people who don't live to our standards. We don't need to be afraid of them. And Jesus makes the key point is if he doesn't befriend these people, how can he help them? If he doesn't befriend them, then he is condemning them. It's by becoming their friend that he can win their trust, and then he can help them. And that is the call of the Christian faith. That is the call of Christian discipleship. That is the call of being a follower of Jesus, is that we too have to be friends, willing friends, loving friends, engaged friends, laughing, smiling, eating, drinking friends of those who most need our help. I think it needs to be said that Jesus's spending time with the tax collectors and the sinners wasn't simply a strategy for reforming them. In the gospel story, there is nothing about reforming them. There's nothing about placing expectations. These people came and they listened to Jesus' teaching because they felt that he loved them. They felt that he accepted them as they were. And being loved and accepted as they were enabled them to begin to live their lives, their own lives, in a better way, whatever that was for them. He wasn't trying to convert them. He wasn't trying to change them. He was liberating them to be better who they could be. And what we see throughout the gospel story, all the way through, we're in the opening weeks of Jesus' ministry, all the way through to the closing weeks of Jesus' ministry, is that the people who were disrespected by the religious folk loved Jesus and gathered around him enthusiastically. I would love for our church to be like that, to have that kind of reputation. I would love our church to be a place where people with no religious background, people whose morals are anywhere, wherever, feel that they can come and be loved and helped. Join me in Jesus' prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, for ever and ever. Amen. That just about brings us to the end of our daily prayer for today. Tomorrow we have another story of things that Jesus did. And what we begin to see is that Jesus' popularity brings problems. We all want our churches to be popular. We always want lots of people to come to our churches. But actually, when you become popular, it creates all kinds of problems. And Jesus had to deal with that. And we'll look at tomorrow what it was that he decided to do to deal with it. I wonder how well that would go down in our church. Well, join me tomorrow if you want to explore that particular story. For now, join me in the prayer, the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, and the love of God, and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with us all forevermore. Amen.